One thing that contributes to us being a professional is responsibility, individual and group responsibility. And I want to spend a few moments looking specifically at these two types of responsibility. What is responsibility, how to recognize it, and then three things that we can do to further develop responsibility. So first of all, what is individual and group responsibility? I hope you will agree that if somebody is considered responsible, they are liable to be called to account as being in charge or in control of or answerable for something. Ideally, responsibility should be spread across all those who play a part in an activity, from the accountable manager through management to supervisors, heads of teams, and individuals within those teams. It is important to remember, though, that there are two types of responsibility, not just individual responsibility, but group responsibility as well. Putting this in simplistic terms, individual responsibility is where the individual takes responsibility for the tasks that they are carrying out. The advantage of this is that one person drives the team forward to the goal and oversees the output of the group. Group responsibility, on the other hand, is where the responsibility is shared. It's a team effort. That same task with group responsibility could be very different with some notable advantages. Each member of the group would feel responsible for the output of the group, not just their own output. Each member should work towards ensuring that the whole task is completed safely and to a good standard. So why is it important to show individual and group responsibility? It's important to realise that group responsibility is not always good, as the benefits of the task being owned and overseen by the group are not there. There are disadvantages to group responsibility, such as the responsibility being dissolved to such an extent that no one feels personally responsible for safety, referred to as a diffusion of responsibility. Each member might also assume that somebody else will do it. Unfortunately, that's not all, and there are other recognisable problems that we should be aware of, and these include intergroup conflict, in which situations evolve where a small group may act cohesively as a team, but rivalries may arise between this team and other teams. This can be particularly pertinent to change of responsibility at shift handovers. Group polarization. This is where decisions can be more extreme, also more cautious, called a risky shift. We can also have group thinking, where a desire for unanimous decisions can override the proper rationale. And finally, social loafing, which is working less hard in the belief that others are working on it. Three things then that we can do to develop responsibility. These days we work smarter, and employees are expected to take responsibility to use all of their talents and to perform with excellence. So what can you do to encourage your people to take responsibility and to perform with excellence? Well, here are a few things that work. Firstly, help people get a vision of excellence. What are your expectations? Lots of people don't even know what excellence means. After all, they're doing their job and they think that that is good enough. They're competent, but they're not doing it to the best of their ability. Secondly, expect excellence. Expect people to work to the best of their ability. Sounds simple enough, but all too many leaders and managers do just the opposite. When they oversee every detail of a function, they're basically saying, in effect, they don't expect you to work to the best of your ability. They expect failure. And thirdly, lead by example. Simply put, walk the talk. Don't ever say something like quality is king around here and later ship out a few defective items when you're crunched for time. Your colleagues won't take responsibility for excellence until they see that you are demanding it from yourself and everybody else.